quick introduction to the new ClickBump menus feature, and what you see on the screen is pretty generic copy of the canvas scan. And I've got across the top, you can see these 6 menu items, as well as across the side. And they've got thumbnail images to the left, as well as a little comment bubble to show how many comments have been added. I think one of these has a comment. I put in there two comments there on this item here. And they've also got the post excerpt listed there. So this is really simple to add this with this new widget I've added to the version 6.3 update of the core theme, and I want to show you how to do that. So to begin with, I'm just going to go ahead and go into the admin of the site, and I'm going to remove those widgets. I can just go to Appearance Widgets here, and I'm going to just drag the widget out from the sidebar, just to start from scratch to show you how I've done that. I also had one in the header area. So now that I've dragged those out, I can go back and preview the site. Here's a convenient little shortcut for you. Rather than going here to visit site, which actually opens the site in this same window, you can use this little ClickBump shortcut and click Site Preview, and it opens it in a new tab for you. So you can still toggle back and forth. You don't have to open a new window. So you can see from what I've done, the menu has disappeared from the sidebar as well as the top area there. So to add that back, first, let's say I want to add a menu here to this sidebar. Then I can go over to the widgets area. Again, just click on under the appearance tab, click on widgets, and it'll load the sidebar widget manager up. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you the default view here. So I'm going to grab a ClickBump menus widget and drag it, and you can see that I can drop it anywhere along inside this widget that I want. I'm going to go ahead and drop it into the top spot, and it automatically opens so that you can configure it. So I'm going to go ahead and label the title Recent Articles, or I might want to say, let's say Latest Articles. Maybe that sounds a little bit better. They're a little more fresh than recent. So Latest Articles. Number of items to show, so that's the number of menu items I'm going to show in the list. I'm going to leave that to default at 6. You can make any number there, 3, 6, 9, 10, whatever you want there. Items per row, since this is in the sidebar, I'm going to leave the items per row at 1. If I were going to put it across the header or across the above the content or below the content, I would probably want to set this to more than 1 because I want a horizontal menu system. So maybe I want 4 across and maybe 8, so that would give me 2 rows of 4, for example. So I'm going to leave this at 6 and 1. Sort by date. I've got some options there. I can sort the menus by title, the number of comments, or just a random, which you'll always have a fresh sort there, so the order will be different every time that the user loads that up. Again, just going to leave a lot of these options as they are. I'm using a thumbnail view. If you upload your featured image, the thumbnail is going to be your featured image for your article. If you upload the featured image after you've gotten the theme installed, the ClickBump theme automatically creates an extra 50/50 icon for you. If you install this theme after you've created all of your featured image thumbnails, unless you already have a 50/50, then you won't get a thumbnail there. So you can either use your small or medium version of your thumbnail. So again, just to show you what this looks like, I'm just going to go ahead and click Save. And once this saves, we can go back to our site and refresh the view, and you can see that I've got the menu here. It's got 6 of my latest posts along with a thumbnail. If they have a thumbnail, you can see this post in the blue category has no thumbnail, so it's just listed there. There's a few things I can do with the thumbnail. I can either list it in the default orientation, which is to the left of the title and the excerpt, or I can list it across the top. So if I want to do that, I'll go back here and I can click this Show Unfloated Alignment button, click Save, and go back here and refresh, and you'll see that my thumbnails have moved to the top. So if I had wide thumbnails, that would be a good presentation for them in that way. Alright, so I'm just going to unclick that, and this time I'm going to go with the Show Separator Lines and click Save, and I'll show you what that does. So now I'm moved the thumbnail back to the left, and I've also placed these little separator lines, and that just helps to visually sort of guide your eye so that you know that each one of those is an independent menu. Alright, let's say I don't have a lot of comments yet on the site, and maybe I want to just disable these little comment balloons. Again, very simple. I can just click this Hide Comment Count, and I go back to the page, and you can see that once I refresh, those are gone. Also, I can add some text here after the excerpt. Let's say I want to just put a read more text there. So I've already got the read more symbol here. I'm just using read more, and that ampersand RARR semicolon is a right arrow. You'll see that in just a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and say show the read more link, click Save, and when I refresh, I've got a nice little read more link there that will take me to the post. So I can just click that, and you'll see that the post loads up, and all the default settings are there for me. Let's see a little bit more about I can show the post date on that. I can hide the post title. Let's say if I just want thumbnail images, maybe I want to hide the post title and the excerpt, and if I have no excerpt, the read more will automatically disappear, so I don't really even have to check that. So this will just show me a refresh here. Now I can see that I've just got thumbnails here. So in the case of the one item that didn't have a thumbnail, so I would have to upload one, make sure I upload one if I want to choose that orientation. Again, this is not a very good display because I've got small thumbnails, but if I had wider thumbnails for my thumbnail setting, and that would be a pretty good presentation there. For example, to view your thumbnail settings, you can go to Settings, Media, and what I'm referring to is what I have here. So in thumbnail size, again, I specify 50/50 as optimal here, but maybe on the medium size I want to specify 300 width by 300 height, or maybe even say 100 height. Now when I go up and upload a featured image, they're going to automatically be 300 up to 300 pixels wide by 100 pixels tall, and that would fill this area here nicely. So just a few things you can do to get whichever kind of look you want for those custom menus. Now I want to place a menu across the header area. So I'm going to expand that, and I can just go here and grab the menu widget again. I can have as many of these as I want on the page. I'm going to drag this one and put it right above the slider. And this time I want to show 6, but I want to show 6 items per row. So I'm going to show a total of 6, and I want 6 items per row. Alright, I'll just go ahead and save that. And I'll click Update. And you can see that across the top, now I've got those menus across there, just like I asked for them to be. And let's say I want to put a little outline around those. When I do the separator, in that case, the separator line's on a horizontal menu, and it's going to give me a nice round bubble look for those. So I'm going to just click refresh, and I can see I've got the bubble look. But I do notice that some of my post titles and descriptions create a different height for the elements, and that's where if I want to normalize the height to the tallest element, then I can come in here to the first setting, the setting here in the top box, minimum height for all elements. Let's say I want to make that 150. So I can choose that, click save, and now when I refresh, the height is all consistent there. So that gives you a quick overview of the new custom menus widget, and I'll be talking about this more in a future video. But for now, thanks for watching.